Now, slightly earlier than we had originally planned, let's go to our special report from Afghanistan. 3 years ago, we reported on an Afghan couple who sold one of their sons to feed the rest of the family through the winter. 8-year-old Carson went for $800 to a wealthy woman from Kabul who wanted a son. Well, we've been to find out what became of him. And our chief correspondent, Alex Thomson, looks at what his fate tells us about the hardships and challenges of an Afghan childhood.
So what do you buy for the Afghan family that has everything? Or almost everything. For Khadija's family have many of the things money can buy in Kabul. Life is comfortable. And now indeed they have the one thing they wanted but thought money couldn't buy. A son. Three years ago, Channel 4 News filmed Qasem being sold. 8 years old, price £800. His tearful father concluding it was the only way for the family to survive the winter.
I sold a piece of my heart to stop my 4 other children dying of hunger.
The boy clings to his mother. Come on now, says the buyer. It's time to go. Now, Qasem in the blue tracksuit is 11, and that harrowing transaction seems ancient history. True, nowadays there are no brothers in this new life, but that's the point. The family bought him because they had no son, and for most Afghans, the family with no son is no family at all. I'm very happy here. My mother's supporting me with my school. She's bought me clothes. It was hard at first, but now I'm with my mum, it's not a problem. My own family moved to Iran 6 months ago. His new mother, or should that be owner, still doesn't want to be identified.
I'm grateful to be able to support one child of a poor family. He is happy with me. So he doesn't miss his parents. I'm proud as an Afghan woman to be able to keep one child of my country happy.
Qasem has been lucky. More and more children are being sold, but usually for work, sex, and yes, even to sell their body parts. In the biting cold of dawn in Kabul, Najib and his 6 brothers and sisters are up with the sun. They have not escaped poverty by being sold or any other means. Today, like yesterday, like tomorrow, it's up at sunrise, herding the family's sheep, not to pasture, but to the rubbish heaps around the city, where they will forage. For Najib and Habib, his brother, the work has only now begun, collecting scraps of metal and plastic to be taken and sold.
Why aren't you two in school?
We had to leave school to work when our mother died.
Najib, did you like school?
Yes.
Do you want to go back to school?
Of course, why not? Filthy, freezing, back-breaking work, a world away from Qasem and his private school. But no time here for the dream of having a childhood. This is work. Competitive, hard work. Rival gangs to be confronted and seen off.
Hey, let me get it out first.
One man's rubbish from the car boot, treasure to be fought over by the scavengers. For whom time is money. If you think your plastic's threatened, you grab it and run. Out here, it's now late afternoon, way below freezing. Their sacks are finally full. Only now can they go to the scrap dealer after 10 hours' work. They get a pittance, just over £1 a day. Enough for the first food all day, a couple of wafers each. But then there's the family to think of. The hard-earned cash won't go far. Buying firewood for cooking and heating is a survival essential. Even here, the wood dealer pulls out anything that's overweight. It's still not over. With younger brothers and sisters in mind, they now stop at the baker's. Before finally walking home after a 14-hour day. To find the electricity yet again has failed, and home is one room lent to the family by a man who took pity on them. By candlelight, their father Gunchagul cooks tea, a thin meat stew, and the naan bread the boys bought. At last they can eat. Their father fled the war with the family to Pakistan. He says he returned to find his land stolen, his livelihood gone.
I used to be a shepherd. I had my own animals, and now it's all gone. We left for Pakistan and became refugees there. We've been back a year and have nothing, so we work wherever we can, doing whatever comes.
Nobody can move much. 6 children and their father, and the only heat, the stove and the fire pot under the table. You jam yourself in and stay put, before tea, during it, and after. It's the kitchen, dining room, sitting room, and bedroom.
Nobody would give us a home without money. We can't pay rent. We can't even provide enough food. Sometimes we have breakfast and no dinner, and sometimes no breakfast and just lunch or dinner later. But what can we do?
Only fatigue and the comfort of brother and sister will bring sleep and, for a few hours, oblivion till the next cock crows, and tomorrow they'll do it all again.